Hello, my name is Anthony Thomas Lim, and my number is 336-847-8258. And I have it's going to be me, just me, no car. But I have personal belongings, about 25 cubic feet of personal belongings. But if there's a self-storage area nearby, I could probably rent one out. It's not gonna be a problem. So yeah, if there is one nearby, there has to be one nearby. But I need shelter. I'm being evicted. Please give me a call back at 336-847-8258. Thank you. My name is Anthony Thomas Lim. Yeah, so I'm just calling all the homeless shelters to get, to work out something. But, it's actually really, really bad. Because if you have a lot of belongings, then, it's just really, really, really bad. If you lose all your belongings and you're too poor to get them back. That's how some people set you up, if they set you up. That's how some people don't mind if they end up with your stuff. And they don't do anything about it. They don't do anything about it. And so, you know how rich people, how people with money hurt people? They let you die. If they let you die. They let you starve. If they let you starve. They never kill you. They never poison you. They never, maybe they, rape. That's kind of weird. How can someone let you be raped? Oh, they let you try drugs and then you are raped. It's what some people, that some of the stories like that exist in the real world. I'm quoting it. I'm quoting actual accounts and actual real life stories in this world. The richest people in this world, evil people who want to hurt people. And if they have money, they usually are not stupid enough to lose all their money. The more money they have, the more they try to not lose their money. And when they have like enough education and enough rumors of not losing their money, part of money clubs and connections, if they're greedy and want to hurt people, they don't directly hurt you, because they get in trouble with the police. Usually, there's enough evidence to notice that, some of them just let you die. They just let you starve. They let you, they're just like, it's not my problem. That's what they all say. It's not my problem. It's your problem. It's not my problem. That's your problem. And then they just, just do nothing. They just, they know you're going to die and they just do nothing. And that's tantamount evil, is what it feels like. In a movie, in a movie, you see the pompous looking, the archetypal, prideful, doesn't care about anyone. And the poor and the needy. And you see them walk by the poor and they look down and they just walk on. And then it cuts to them eating like a feast, like a Red Lobster's meal with their buddies. And then they look at, and then it cuts to, and then ironically the poor person just walks up and is like, hey, can I have some food? And then he's like, then that's that guy. He doesn't even say that's your problem. If he starts to feel guilty with saying that's your problem, he'll just come up with something else to mitigate the guilt. He's like, talk to that guy. There are resources. Here's a resource. He a smart, rich person with resources. He'll have cards. He's like, oh, here's this resource. He'll plan an escape route to not help you. The smarter they are, the more steps they think ahead. To what? The more steps they think ahead to not help you at all. They have no skin in the game. They don't know what it's like to be homeless. Not really. Most of them, actually, if it's true. Unless it's not true. So, I mean, I could just, anyway. I'm gonna upload my stuff now. Try to. So there's gonna be this blackout period. No, I need to be on guard for these blackout periods. Alright, here's how desperate it looks like now. You know that most people only have one recording device that they start to record things. But here's the thing, usually, I don't know, like some people call it Murphy's Law. Religious people call it of the devil. You know. So if you don't believe in the devil, it's like it feels like some kind of Murphy's Law. What can go wrong may or will go wrong. This is what it feels like for people who are homeless and kind of like it's usually when people are homeless. It's just a swirling storm of just series of unfortunate events. Why does it seem that way? You don't know the feeling unless you actually become homeless and get kicked out and start to lose everything or have everyone use it against you. So it's hard to describe if you've never been through it. But hey, comment below if you've ever raise your hand. Comment below if you know the feeling when everything that can't go wrong does go wrong, and you try to explain it, and God forbid you don't end up being labeled schizophrenic. You just speak your mind, and you're let go. You know, and no one helps you still. But I get the additional brutal assault of what? Oh, you schizo. You are a danger to yourself and God forbid someone else. You need to go to jail. You need to go to the hospital now and be force-fed yourself into oblivion. Or obliviousness. I don't know which one is worse. At least in oblivion, you're still yourself. At least you're in your fading moment, and if you believe in an afterlife, you will be yourself, and maybe better according to the rumors. In the afterlife, oblivion sounds way better than obliviousness. But you know what drugs do to me? They drug me into obliviousness. I'm not my full self, it seems like sometimes. That is a crime, actually. If I had to, call the shots and define what crimes are. I would make that a crime, to make someone, force-fed, force-drugged into obliviousness if they are not consensual about it. Because that is brainwashing. It's like some kind of weird, if it was spiritual, it would be tantamount to demonic possession, fucking up or messing with someone's soul and mind, and they're no longer them. What is that? It's like demonic possession shit, or demonic possession. Demonic possession infirmity is what they would say. But if you don't believe in demons or the devil, it's brainwashing. Worse than lobotomy. Because usually when people get a lobotomy, they sign the papers partly consensual, how it's usually set up. Unless it's not consensual. But most schizophrenic incidences are never consensual. Just read the accounts. Talk to your average schizophrenic person. If they're not in a pissed off bad mood to tell you anything, unless they're drugged into obliviousness, so they're catatonically not even normally human anymore, is what it feels like. From, quote quote, from their own mom and dad, their own brother and sister. I've had my brother tell me, where is my brother? Where did he go? He told me that to my face. In third person, so obviously he didn't feel like I was his brother at that time. That hurts, Anyway, he just wasn't thinking when he blurted that out. Or he meant it and did think about it and then blurted it out. I don't know. Which one's worse? Anyway. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop. I found a Goldilocks one. They answer my call. They refer me to someone else who answered their phone. That might be a gem there. After hours, Thursday night, after 5 p.m. Yeah, looks like a winner. So I'm gonna try to pull all my eggs into Weaver House and IRC. They seem to work together. One gave me, if I got kicked out tonight, he had shelter in place. He gave me, legit, very upfront, well seasoned. So that is how you do it. But you know what? If you're schizophrenic, most people who are homeless are there because, mentally ill. Most of them are mentally ill or become mentally ill or just labeled mentally ill. Or they're just normal, depressed, and then get labeled mentally ill, and they're drugged into obliviousness, or obliviousness, oblivion. I'll just say it twice like that. Obliviousness, oblivion. It kind of feels like that. After you what? just that's if you ever wake up. Some people, some moms and dads, well, they're okay with their son and daughter never waking up. Because that's the best that the doctors have told them. Your son and daughter, we can try, but if they never wake up, they never wake up is what the doctor will tell them. Or the literature. This is the best you've got. How much money you want to give me? I'll prescribe to you more medicine. To keep them from just thinking. It's what it feels like. According to what? After the parents lose their child. Or after, most of the time, the parents don't pass away first, actually. The child passes away first. The brother passes away first. The daughter, the son passes away first. Why? Because they usually don't last that long, according to some, accounts. Unless it's not true. Unless it is. It feels like it is, from what I've researched. Is it a limited pool from what I've researched? Doesn't seem like it. I mean, I went to biology. I went to UNC Chapel Hill. I took biology. I had statistic courses. So, there is a statistical significance, very high statistical significance of people losing their children, brothers and sisters, to what? One diagnosis. That seems to what? Lots of kickbacks, lots of, continual care, continual program, lots of, a doctor only signs you up if they're greedy for money and only want to do it for the money. They only sign you up because it gets them more money. That if they only do it for the money, I'm just putting a lot of conditional, so, I'm just not making assumptions. If they only do it for the money, they do it for the money. It's just logically, that's what I'm meaning. If that's true. But some only do it for the money. So if you get a doctor like that, and you can't tell which doctor you get, but usually people don't care. Unless it's too late. That if you get the doctor that's greedy and only does it for money, he will only sign you up because what? He gets more money from insurance. And you are easy. Money. Easy money. Just sign up. And right when you're like, I think I'm going to get a second opinion, I think you suck, I'm going to choose a different doctor. He's like, just don't get off your meds. And then you're like, oh no, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of leaving my doctor and trying to be polite about it. But then he says, if he leaves his meds, if he leaves me, and if you leave giving me money continually through your insurance, you pay nothing except your son, your firstborn, for money. That's what it feels like sometimes. Unless it's not, it's what it feels like. Whether it is or not, it feels that way. It's an opinion, yes. But subjectivity, you know what's objectively true? Subjectivity. If it feels like it hurts, Very subjective, this measure of pain. If it feels like it hurts emotionally, if it's emotionally, when people say, I've been backstabbed, they never mean literally being backstabbed. But this feeling of backstabbing pain, it's so unbearable for some people. That's subjective. But it's objectively what drives people to do amazingly intense things, for better or for worse. That is objectively true. Objectively, statistically, it exists in this world to a large statistical significance. I say it drives like more than 80% of most things. If you ask for my opinion, what it feels like, I'm being subjectively objective. That sounds a little bit more accurate. Anyway. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna... which audio recording device do I do first? Which audio recording device do I do first? I'm gonna use the old one. I'm gonna keep a live feed on this one. You just have to think the lesser poison. Because all the wolf gives you is 2 poisons. So you get the lesser poison and hope you survive. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? And smarter. That's if you're not drugged into obliviousness, oblivion. Then it doesn't work. What doesn't kill you doesn't make you stronger. If you're just oblivionized, it's what I feel like. I mean, it's observably true. And just look around. Don't stay in your bubble. Look at accounts. Meet the people. Go to these associations where you actually do meet the people. Meet the parents. How about what? They drown themselves in alcohol and never get out of the house anymore because what? They lost their son, their daughter, their brother, their sister. Because, the world is not fair. Life is not fair. Truth hurts. All this stuff. Yeah, that is subjectively objective. It is objective and subjective at the same time. People use these words to cover their wrongs. Mostly all the time, those who don't have skin in the game, who never know what it feels like to suffer. I'm not wishing suffering on anyone. Just don't cause someone else to suffer. Why? Because they don't know what suffering is. They don't know, it doesn't feel right. They just do it. Because they're not used to suffering. They don't have that empathy. They don't have those mirroring cells in their biological brain fully developed to feel the pain, physiologically, mentally, psychoanalytically of someone else. That's biologically, you scientists back me up, please. I know what I'm talking about. Someone tell them what I mean. Simplify it for them. They won't believe a schizophrenic or anyone with a past history of schizophrenia, so you tell them. I summon all the scientists. Tell them what I mean. These mirroring cells that are in the brain, that when a woman, sees her husband or sees their cheater, angry, clench their teeth, gnash their teeth, and their mouth is closed. And she also subconsciously, when it's within her line of sight, the things in her brain fires and her teeth gets clenched and starts gnashing. And she feels anger because her physiological mirroring cells fire off. And she's like, are you angry? Honey, are you angry? Do you have something to tell me? Married people know what this is. They don't know the science behind it. But I do. I've read this stuff. I've analyzed this stuff. I've studied this stuff. What? That is physiologically, scientifically what empathy is. You think I don't know? It's subjective and objective at the same time. Quit isolating. You isolate too much. You know that whey protein isolate does not taste as great as chocolate milk. with however fat level you prefer. It doesn't taste quite the same. The texture, the heaviness is not quite the same. Sometimes even bodybuilders, they're like, you know what, I'm gonna have me some straight up chocolate milk. No way, no casein. No collagen. For those of you who are more advanced. No peptides. I'm just gonna have me I'm gonna call it, it's been literally called, I'm gonna have me some high school chocolate milk. Why does that exist? If everyone is so what? Pragmatic, productive, if everything needs to be so objective. What is the objective survival, evolutionary, financial benefit of ever drinking chocolate milk ever again versus whey protein always? Why does that exist? Because humans are not just objective. They're not just rational. They're not just emotional too. They are humans. For once, to say they are humans too. They're like me, they're like you. They're like me. Say, repeat after me. Repeat after me these words. They are like me. Just say that. If you say that more in your life, just look at a mirror, look at someone else, and just say it. Just say, if you're uncomfortable, if you can't agree with it, just say, quote, quote, they're like me. And just quote it more. You'll be surprised how amazing you feel and how like common sense and splendid you start feeling the more you just look at someone else, every person, other people, and just say, quote, quote, they're like me. Just say it. You'll be surprised what it does to your psyche, to your subconscious, to your conscience, to your... You know, what is conscience? If you believe in a conscience, that's within your word choice and definitions, to your conscience. And if you don't believe in conscience, well then, your dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin levels, I could rip either way. Don't try to abuse me. Don't catch me with my words. You want to go hyper psycho, physio, bio. You want to go like hyper bio, physio, psycho, whatever that is, whatever word I'm trying to hit on. You want to do that to me? Okay. Just to look at someone else and say, they're like me, just quote, quote, they're like me. And you'll be surprised what it does to your dopamine levels, serotonin levels, and thank God, oxytocin levels, at the end of the road, neurochemical, neurotransmitter, the end of the road neurotransmitter, that very few people ever set their eyes on, for like, floodgate levels, the oxytocin. Creme de la creme. I can riff that way too. I'm not stupid. I was a bio major at the Capital University before people started to abuse me. Anyway, so you'd be amazed what it does for your conscience and what it does for your oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine levels. Just do it. It's wholesome. But that's a subjective word. But we're just throw it in. It's a recipe. You cook with just salt. Salt is amazing. It's so amazing. No one said salt is so amazing that you only cook with salt. Usually that's not the most tastiest thing. Add pepper. It usually makes it always better. Add vinegar, make it sauce. It usually makes it with salt. It usually always makes things better. Statistically, for most people, especially in first world countries, don't do it. Do it for objectivity and subjectivity. Quit trying to use specifics to hurt people. I know you might have been hurt yourself. Just don't hurt others. Don't do it. Don't perpetuate hurt. Why? I guess if it's worth, maybe you only do it because it does increase your dopamine levels. Maybe you only do it because there is a high of dopamine when you do it. That's biologically plausible. So, well, I guess it's worth it. Unless, you make a mistake and, it's like an investment, right? Would you take a low amount of really great feeling dopamine for all the rest of your life? Like 75 years of a full average life. Or intensely, like Richter scale 10, dopamine levels for 5 years. And then die. Or never have dopamine ever again for the rest of your life. When something unpredictable, but in the end is right, I hope you had the time of your life. That's a subjective song that most people do sing and agree with and feel. But, biologically, it is, just pragmatically, it is what? Would you take dopamine, intense Richter scale 10, dopamine rush, floodgates, for 5 years and then never have dopamine again and possibly die? Or, never have dopamine again? Just read papers on what happens when rats don't ever have dopamine. They die. I'm not exaggerating. And never have dopamine again and die. Just read the studies. They all died. Anyway, or what? Just enough dopamine to enjoy dopamine for 75 years of a full life. I'd say, and here's the thing. Okay, you want objectivity? How about this? What if you take what if you take the integral? I'll be super mathematic for all of you anally smart butts out there. Is the colloquial term. Maybe not my term, but is the colloquial term that some people I've heard say. And if you want to be an anal smart butt, you're like, I think 5 years of dopamine would be worth it. How can I guarantee 75 years of a what? A full dopamine-filled life. Oh, I guess you do make a point. But I mean, statistical average. There must be some statistics out there. Some kind of like batch pool, like community, socio, socio psychology thing and statistics of like, the average, 80-20. It's like the average of how many people do you have, just take the average of whatever I'm trying to get at. Some mathematician scientists could figure this out. If they do the work and have the money to follow, things that they care about. Instead of what? Listening to others to do what? Things that they feel guilty about. Or maybe not, right? So, anyway, I just, the volume. What if, 5 years of dopamine rush, and he's like, oh, it's so worth it. And then you take the 75 years of just moderate dopamine. And when you read it, what if someone told you that 80% of everybody, if they just, 80% of everybody experiences like about 60% dopamine. Like 60% of age 75. I'm trying to construct the things that I have been researching. Is it peer reviewed? I'm not a peer, according to some people, because no schizophrenic is a peer. But I am not stupid, right? I can pretend that I'm on a peer reviewed board, right? I could sound and cite and research and can do control studies and do steps and have controls exactly like how they do it in a peer-reviewed stuff. I just don't have money. And people with money don't look at me. They don't look at a schizophrenic. Even though I do everything the same. Or better. That's unfair, by the way. I have beakers in my room. I have stirring pots in my room. I have pipettes in my room. I can do it. And when they see it, they think I'm gonna what? Hurt somebody. Again. They're like, why do you have me? You're not a caller. You're not scientific. No one's funding you. Why do you have beakers and pipettes in your room? That's just sus. I'm like, why is it sus? I don't want to be lower caliber than other people who never gave me a chance. I want a chance. Put me in, coach. I want a chance. Why is it always sus when you look at me? That's biased. That's prejudice if it goes too long and too far. It's unfair, low, dirty, hypocritical, wrong. Did you know that the word death is also a subjective word? You know, to the anally smart butts, death, physiological death, it's objectively qualified, but not objectively quantified. And there are some purists out there that you can't, it's not scientific unless it's qualitative and able to be quantitative. I mean, if you want strict, pure objectivity, you have to quantify it for it to be objective also. Purist objectivity. Quantify. How many people died? I mean, all objective, how many people, you know, it's just so much math. Most people don't even remember math after high school. They're too busy what? Hamster wheel of life. Trying to what? Not die. When they don't even know how to define it. They don't even know what it looks like. Most people who go on the hamster wheel of life never had someone die in their family. And when it happens, they're like, oh, they cry. They kind of feel, they know what it is. But they don't know what it is. They don't know its definition. And they're okay with it. It's wrong. It's bad. It does. Everyone integrally avoids it. Even schizophrenics, by the way. Until what? That hurts too much. Okay. Anyway, that's just a little bit of talk before I upload the audios. How it's just, yeah, it's online software. It's just so hard to like join MP3 files now. So I download a bat file. I actually knew about bat files way long ago. Whenever I was trying to, do FLV YouTube videos. How many of you remember that FLV YouTube videos? You had just encoded, and you just had to strike the perfect. What about deinterlace? How many of you even remember that you had to do that? Oh man, tech is so amazing, isn't it? Anyway, I mean, do I sound stupid when I say these words? No, I'm lucky I got myself back. Not many schizophrenic are that lucky. Come on, come at me. What evidence do you have that I am worse off now? Am I violent? No, I'm quoting things that are statistically existent. Statistically verifiable. In my own room. And I didn't target any names. I'm quoting things. You know that on a website, if they talk about anything, it's a quote. If it's in writing, it's a quote. No one said anything. If you don't direct it at anyone, it's not slander. Right? Who do I want to hurt? I verbatim. If you want to, who do I want to hurt? I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to hurt Obama. I don't want to hurt Biden. I don't want to hurt Trump. If the Illuminati, If the Illuminati exists, I don't want to hurt them. Santeria, what? I don't want to hurt them either. Satan, I don't want to hurt that guy either. He might hurt me first. According to rumor, right? Because, for most people, it's only a rumor. They've never seen Satan. I mean, I've heard rumors. I've heard rumors that not even Satanists have really seen the Satan. Except what? And if they did see Satan himself, the Satan himself, would they ever tell you? Would you even hear a rumor about it? If they really are that bad. Really, if it was now we have anime and movies, and if you're a first world thinker and you've seen enough animes and seen enough movies, would they ever tell you? Would you even have to hear a rumor get out? I mean, it just depends on if it could get that bad. If life is like an anime or a movie. Love exists. War did exist. Conflicts definitely exist. It just depends on what actually exists. But I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to hurt Satan. Do to others to what you would want them to do to you. You know why I don't want to hurt Satan? I want to do unto him what I want him to do unto me. I don't want him to hurt me, so I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to hurt what? Anyway, I'm going to mention names in no particular order. I do not want to hurt Joel Osteen. I love him. I forgive him, though. I do not want to hurt Dave Ramsey. I forgive him. I don't want to hurt Dumitru Duduman, bless his heart, the late Dumitru Duduman. I don't want to hurt that guy or his family or the orphans in Romania, or Helping Hand Ministries, his legacy, maybe his only legacy. I don't want to hurt America, according to what Dumitru Duduman might think. I forgive him, though. God bless his soul. I did see Dumitru Duduman in a dream. What are you thinking? How could I see the actual, real Dumitru Duduman? Were you thinking I saw him on YouTube? What were you thinking? What were you thinking? Some of you who are intent on listening now. I don't want to hurt Eminem. I don't want to hurt Snoop Dogg. I don't want to hurt Katy Perry. I don't want to hurt Bruno Mars. I don't want to hurt the one who would seduce your dad type. Billie Eilish. I don't think that's her birth name. I want to find out her birth name, but I'm not part of her inner circle unless I deserve it. But maybe I never deserve it, and I'm okay with that. I'm not offended. I don't hate any of them. I love them. If I were to say, what I feel towards them, I enjoy their music. Maybe love is a strong word. I just don't want to hurt them either. I don't want to hurt Katy Perry. I don't want to hurt Lady Gaga. It looks like she's been through a miserable time. Sometimes, you just read the look on her face. It's not always happy. Maybe she does have sacrifices in her life. Like everyone else, right? Can you read her poker face? Just an homage? Or just a what? When you really sing a song, I mean, you can only hit those notes if you. Well, the singers know what I'm talking about. I think. Maybe I'm doing a disservice if I, get a little too close to them. I'm fine. I can keep my space. I can step back. I do not hate Lady Gaga. I want to actually ask her a question. I had a dream where I actually saw Lucifer. I never said well, actually, I almost said thank Lucifer when he helped me out in this dream. But around certain people of my circle, I can't say that without getting stoned. Proverbially, metaphysically, parabolically, verbally. Anyway. Because I come from humble beginnings, and I have many group of friends, a diversity group of friends. that could get me in trouble. But doesn't everyone who kind of just has a lot of friends, right? Anyway, I don't hate Lady Gaga. I don't hate Katy Perry. I want to know their real names. Or the names that they prefer. Or their nicknames that they prefer. But they might not ever tell me. And I'm fine with that. If you're hearing this, if this video ever reaches across your eye, I want to get to know you, Katy Perry. I want to get to know you, Lady Gaga. The real you. Whatever you want to show me. No pressure. That's if I deserve it. If I ever deserve it. It's, I give you the freedom. Best of wishes to you. Same for Bruno Mars. Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Bruno Mars, Billie Eilish. Who else? Who else? I don't know why I thought about this. I think that their music, made the most, stood out to me. Yeah, fireworks, and how about that Dark Horse? I actually know a lot of those, mythological, figures, names, right? Anyway, I don't hate Nathan Leal. God bless his heart. I forgive your hypocrisy, by the way. Or, I felt it was hypocritical, whatever I'm talking about. But, if you ever see this video, if you're just curious, I don't force you to, talk to me. Or rebuke me. Yeah, you can rebuke me. Okay. But if you must rebuke me, have evidence. Come at me. Research me. Do background checks. Examine my scriptures. What scriptures? Anyway. Oh, I threw out a word that's like a no-no for most people. It doesn't work for all the names that I mentioned. That is according to rumor. The best we got is just rumors, right? Or at least, just trickle trails of information. Real information and disinformation. And cognitive dissonance. Disinformation that's not yet real information, but it feels like disinformation, and that it's actually information until you realize it's not disinformation, that it is information, and that's what cognitive dissonance is. Real information that you don't know how to interpret yet. Not what? Not always what? Heresy. Yeah, that's if it is, right? If it is heresy, well, how do you know? Are you God? Not even Nathan Leal would say he's God. And Dumitru Duduman definitely doesn't want to say he's God. Neither Ron Wyatt. Neither Ellen White. God forbid that they would ever say, I am God, right? I'm not God. Neither are they. I ask God to come to me. If he exists. God, if you're real, come to me. Quote, quote. And so all the others who want to look like they're more God than God, come at me. And I'll quote your own words against you. And now be a hypocrite. You brought up viper snakes. Search high and low, near and far for one proselyte. And you make a twofold a child of hell, then you? They have already received their reward. And greater damnation? Actually, does this figment of God delight in the death of them that die? Nay, what does he say? This figment of your God. No. But repent and live. Live. This repent word is such an offensive word. What is repent? People say what? Give up everything. Give up all your dopamine. Give up all your serotonin. Give up all your oxytocin. Give up your heart. No Christian really does that. That I have met. Not even Nathan Leal. Not even Dumitru Duduman. Not even Ron Wyatt. At least Dumitru Duduman and Ron Wyatt, they have deathbed stories, and you know they definitely did not have that much dopamine, not that much serotonin, not that much oxytocin, and a little bit more oxytocin, but they lived. I mean, their deathbed story is not how you go out if you heard of their rumors. I mean, objectively. Just objectively, ask a kids. Not their kid, but ask, just an objectively third-party kid. Just read it like a bedtime story. It's what I feel. If I was like a third-party kid, like a 10-year-old me, and I heard like what? Rumors. And what? Literal what? Statements from the actual person. By witnesses that were there with the actual person. And when I read it, I'm not gonna say which I'm gonna keep it blank. I'm just gonna just some of their deathbed confessions and stories are not like Stephen's. The archetypal Stephen in the Bible, right? And how did he go out? He said he looked at heaven. He actually saw something. Whether it was a hallucination, I could relate, right? Whether it was a hallucination or not, he actually saw something. And it gave him dopamine and serotonin and oxytocin. And the way he says, like, take my life. Do not blame him for this. I have seen. That sounds like someone who goes out with the oxytocin. That sounds like more oxytocin, more dopamine, more serotonin, more joy, love, and peace. If I were to use your words, your own scriptures, your law, God forbid, right? Your words against you, maybe some people feel it feels like it sounds like I'm antagonistic, but no, I'm quoting your own words, your own word, singular, for people. I know that vernacular. I'm like some kind of weird double agent. and most people assume that what I sway. What's the double? Okay, assume I sway one side, and then I'll double agent you. But what's the best double agent? The best double agent is when you only think and always prove it with every fiber of your being, thinks that I am only on one side, and I keep it that way. I deliberately make you think that way, that I'm only on one side. I'm going to be blunt now. Everyone says that what? I'm impossibly right-handed. I'm not even going to say the other words. I'm like impossibly right-handed. Okay, that's fair. I know you assume that. That's a reasonable assumption. Unless I'm setting you up. Oh, by the way, I knew about the word attempt, and Barrior, Tammuz. No, not, okay, attempt. Anyway, okay, other names. Okay, what, to prove that I'm not the most stupid person out there. And if I sound stupid, well, I might be deliberately sounding stupid. You can't believe it's schizophrenic, right? What if I played this long game? I'm letting myself go to the medical system. And letting myself, be so... What's the word? proverbially sacrificed. And everybody now, I have 12, just look at my record, 12 years on paper, schizophrenic. And now what? I'm just gonna talk. And I'll let the people who are insiders, who are of the ecclesia, but those who are what? What is an Illuminati? I'm just gonna say that. What is an Illuminati? I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that exists. That's too straight. No, that's too straight shooting. I'm just gonna say, what is an Illuminati? What is Freemasonry? What is a conspiracy? Someone tell me. Because I've heard right-handed explanations so much already. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm starting to get bored of it, like I'm getting bored with food. Even if it's salty. Even if it's Indian food. If I eat it too much, I get bored. Someone hit me with a left hook. Please. I actually, I had a dream. If I could ask, it's a big ass. You got the big ass. Lady Gaga, I want to know your first name. You do prefer your first name. Whatever you prefer. I want to hear your name. But I had a dream where I saw Lucifer himself. And after you see him, you actually get closer to being thankful. You just see the actual guy. It felt like the actual guy. He's actually not that ugly. It's contrary to what right-handed right hookers say. And okay, give me the one. You already asked for something. I'm gonna speak mysteries. Lady Gaga. Either with a song, please, well, however you prefer. Whether song or dance, or call out. Oh, no, just a call. Yeah, call me. But just whatever I meant, or did not mean, I didn't mean that unless I did. Unless I did not mean that. Unless I did not mean that. But, call me. Or, I like to hear music. Just what I'm asking is, I actually have this, like, kind of almost like a fantasy or kind of, no, don't think too weird. It's a fantasy of, like, Lady Gaga left hooking me, for lack of a better word. I'm so sick and tired of right-handed people right hooking me with, like, what, stories, bedtime stories of what they always say. I want to try new food. I want to try what? American food. I want to try what? Egyptian food. I've never been to Egypt. I want to try Egyptian food. I don't even know where Babylon is. Some rumors say it's America. That's geographically inconsistent if I know history. It's geographically, it's not what you would expect. I don't think it's geographically correct. But that America is Babylon. I thought they were the center of all the kingdoms. America's definitely very left, not center. Anyway, it's geographically incorrect. I mean, unless Dumitru Duduman was poetic, maybe who was a singer. No, seriously, he did sing songs. By definition, he is a singer. He sang songs. That, the song that, he cried over the first time. Or the first time when, he came around. And, he probably sang that song many times. So, I'm not making fun of him that he's a singer. Because he is a singer. And like I said, I don't hate him. I wish him well. I hope he's in a better place. Why do I say I hope he's in a better place? I'll just say it. I hope he's in a better place. Because from my research, according to him, no, not one. Is there any? None saith restore. And if none saith restore, I guess it's by his own definition, not even Dumitru Duduman says restore. But what does that mean? That sounds so confusing. Anyway. Okay, back to the fantasy. I would ask, just ask. Am I a double agent? Am I attacking you? I'm not attacking you. I'm actually sincerely not joking. No sarcasm. But you just hear my voice. But, if you run it through a, forensic scientist, or however means you have it, just use your connections. Or have you ever seen me, right? Now, me before, I was building up. Can you read my poker face? Can you read my poker spirit? Can you read my visions and dreams? No. Well, no. I meant to say, can you read my poker visions and dreams? Can you read my IESOUS parables? Well, that might have been rhetorical. That might not have been rhetorical. It might, it might be distasteful, and I don't mean it to be distasteful. But I just want, I'm not in denial of what? Either or. I'll play it careful. What am I? I am like a frog. Water? Back onto land? But the frog on land can hop back into the water. But what if he dies on the land? But what if he dies in a fishbowl in water on land? Don't assume too much. You don't like people assuming about you. Don't assume about me, unless that's what I want you to do. Okay, go ahead. Come at me. Playfully. I don't mean an antagonism. Come at me playfully. At least that's what I prefer. Come at me playfully. And then the fact of the matter is, Lady Gaga, if you see the video, I just humbly or provocatively or whatever you prefer, ask. I don't know what you prefer, and that's unfair for you to expect that I know what you prefer when I was never what in your circle. That's just logistically what is. But whatever you prefer in that way. Either tell me or don't tell me, but whatever you prefer to, communicate or not communicate, just whatever you prefer. I just humbly ask. In my language, it's, in my mysterious language now, I'm sick and tired of right-handed people right-hooking me. I want to try new food. I want to try a mixed drink. Lady Gaga, get it. With your right hand or your left hand, or your left heel. Right, no. I'm sorry for saying the word right. Left hook me. It's what in my language. Left hook me. Because I want to try some of your food. It might taste great. Or it might not. That's objective. It might taste great or it might taste not. That's what the words "it might taste great" means. It might taste great or it might taste not great. Right-handed people, don't assume. Left-handed people, okay, go ahead and assume. Go ahead and profile. You're right? That's all I'm going to leave it at that. You're right? And right-handed people. You're right? Right is in your group, right? You should be right. Right to me. Right to me when you think it's right. When he says, except you what? Stop doing wrong. Stop oppressing people. Stop judging people. Do not judge. For in the same measure you measure to someone else, you will be measured yourself. Except you stop doing violence and wrongs, you shall likewise perish. Those are not my words. Who said that? Who did say that? Educated people know where that comes from. I'm going to let the right think on that for a bit. Right-handed people, I dare you, right hook me again. Smite me again. I'm used to it already. Anyway, I do not want to speak ill of the dead. But according to most rumors, they're not dead. They're alive. So don't accuse me. Or your works shall be used against you. For you shall be as the ones you look up to. And he was accused. And they used his words against him. Be like who you admire. His words were used against him. Your words shall be used against you. Except he seemed to survive it according to rumor. Will you? For you say, no, not one. Okay. Will you survive that? Is the answer, no, not one. Some people might want that. Do you know that some people want that for you in this world? I've learned that that exists. Anyway. All right. Okay. I think on that note, I'm going to upload.
Soon my day will